Welcome back in. I am on page 4 of my new sketchbook that I am loving. It is this brand, and I'll put a link if you're interested in it, but the paper is just so wonderful. Thick, and it's got the deckled edges. It's very textured, and I love it. All right, we're going to paint a hummingbird today, so let's get right into it. Okay, the colors I'm going to be using today are aqua green, and I'm just using that straight out of the pan. This is from my Winsor & Newton tube paints that I have put into a pan. And then I want to make a purple, and to do that I'm going to mix together permanent rose and French ultramarine. So to start with, we are just going to put our aqua green right in here. I don't really need to put it in here because I'm not mixing it with anything, but just showing you what I'm doing. And it's kind of risky doing this over my pages actually, because if I drip on it, that's not going to be good, but that's okay. And then for the purple, we're going to get our permanent rose, and we will add some French ultramarine to get the desired purple that we want. I want them to be nice, vibrant colors, and I'm liking these. So let's get started. Not going to lie, I'm a little nervous because although I did practice in my new practice sketchbook that I've got going alongside this sketchbook, but I don't really quite have this down, but we're just going to go for it. And if it doesn't turn out great, I'm going to live with it. I'm actually going to start with the beak, and I'm doing it in I'm doing it in the aquamarine to start. I don't think I can talk and do it at the same time. I'm being too careful. Didn't have enough on my brush. But I'm starting with the aquamarine, no, sorry, not aquamarine, aqua green. And then I will later make it darker, but this is just to get us started. And then we are going to do the shape of the head. Oops, got a little bit too much water on there. And we're just going to take it slowly. So, shape of the head. This is not photorealistic. You do not have to worry about this being any sort of perfect at all. So we're just going to kind of do the basic head shape, and then we'll come down and do a little body, and we'll add the wings here in a little bit. There's the tail, and then little chest coming out and swooping back down for the tail. All right, and now I'm going to load my brush up with water and fill this in. This paper soaks up water quite a lot, so I like to get a lot on there. And then I'm going to grab my aqua green again, and I'm just going to start dabbing it in. We're starting light because we're going to just build this up. I want it to be vibrant, like I said, but we're just going to kind of fill in everything right now. And then we're going to swoop our wings out. And again, this is not photorealistic, and I want it to be loose. Okay. And then we're going to do kind of another wing behind it, like that. And we will be tweaking these as we go. Got more water on my brush, and I'm going to fill these in. And I'm going to bring my purple here in just a little bit. You could also leave some white. I mean, I've left a little bit. You can do way more than that if you want, but I am going to add some pen details later. And now let's bring some purple in, and we're just going to let it blend. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're getting some nice bold colors. Like I've already mentioned, I am loving this paper, loving this sketchbook, but I am also still getting used to it. For instance, trying to figure out how much water I should be putting down. And in this case, I've got too much water up in the head, so I'm just drying my brush off on the paper towel by twisting it around, and I'm just going to soak up some of this water. And drying it again, and you can see how it just soaks that up. Okay, we can always add more if we want to, but it was just getting a little bit too puddly. You know, this channel is just me practicing and trying to become a better artist. So you're watching it. If you're looking for a professional, I'm not the one, but I am having fun. And I sincerely hope you're having fun too. And I so appreciate those of you who hang out with me and paint with me, or even if you just enjoy watching. Truly appreciate all of your support this last year. It's been fun. I've learned so much. I've met wonderful people, and I've got some things in the works that I'm going to be sharing fairly soon with everybody once I get all the details figured out. Actually, I probably won't have all the details figured out, but once I can string together some cohesive words. All right, we're going to leave this right like this. I'm going to bring his neck up like that so it's not so much. Maybe I'll bring his wing too this way. I'm just not liking that big long spot right there. Like I said, we'll tweak as we go here. Adding some extra whimsy here with a couple more little flicks on the wing. Want it to be loose. I don't want it to be stiff. I just want it to be fun and free. And like I said, we're going to add some details with pens. I'm going to do black and white. So let's let this dry. I'm actually going to help it dry. My heat gun. And we've got a nice base layer here. So let's bring in some more vibrant colors. You could also just leave it nice and soft like this. This would be a great painting if you have iridescent watercolors, which I do not. I do have like metallics. I have some golds and silvers, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling that right now. So we're going to make a nice aqua green head. And bring it down in here. Bring it up into the wings. Now, you know, hummingbird wings kind of go like that. But again, we're doing loose. We're doing loose. But as always, be as accurate as you would like to be. I know sometimes it bothers people if it's too loose. Just personal preference. Have fun and make it your own. I think I want the tail to go a little bit longer too. Dip it into the purple. Letting it just blend with that blue that is still wet. Keeping in mind that loose and playful is the goal here, and it might not look exactly like a hummingbird from a field guide, but we know it's a hummingbird. Super realistic? No, but somewhat recognizable? Yes. And then blending the wings just into the body a little bit. I'm definitely not worrying about getting it quote unquote right. I'm just trying to keep it light and expressive. And I hope you can do that too, if that's your style. Loose watercolor is a great way to let go of perfection and just try to enjoy the moment, even though the perfectionist can come out in us every now and then, but just playing here. Adding more aqua green, and then pretty soon we're just going to dry this, see if we like the colors or if we're going to add another layer. We'll go from there. But before we dry it, tweak, 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 tweak. That's just what I do. I think we're good. I'm tempted to do one more layer just for vibrancy, but I'm leaving it, and we're going to come in with pen details. Starting with a 5 micron, size 5. And since we're not adding any more paint, you can totally use whatever pen you've got. If you've just got a Sharpie, you could do that. This is where I'm going to come in and make the beak darker just with pen. I did it when I did my practice. I did it with my kind of a dark paint that I had mixed together that looks black, and it didn't go well. So I just feel safer with the pen. And then I'm going to place the eye about right here. All right. And now let's just outline. And I like scratchy, so I'm going to be very free with this. I'm kind of giggling at myself right now because I'm just realizing that I think I always call it pen detail. Like, I'm going to add some pen details, but they're really not details. They're just little scribbles, little rough outlines and that sort of thing. But I just think they add so much, both the black and the white pens. And yeah, I just think they add some wonderful whimsy. And we're also going to do a little indication of the feet here, just, little claws that are sticking out. Some scribble lines in here. And now coming in with my white gel pen, Jelly Roll, size 10. And just adding some nice contrast against these colors and highlights, whatever. And I'm going to add some dots here as well. You could add some lines. I'm not looking at a reference photo, okay? In case you can't tell. I'm just having fun here. Maybe I'll even go around the eye. What do you think about that? That's kind of folk artish. I mean, this is not folk art, but little dots around the eyes feels folk artish to me. I think a few more black lines down here. Maybe even some little dots mixed in throughout. I'm going to put a little highlight in the eye. A little reflection in the eye, I should say. Okay. And then I'm thinking about a background, but I actually think I'm going to just put some splatter on there. Keep it simple. And first I'm going to cover this page. I know that's kind of weird, but that's what I'm using because it's right here on my table. And just putting some lovely sprinkles. Sprinkles? Splatters. I could do the purple also, but I think we're just going to stick with the blue. All right, let's let that dry. And there you have it, our quick and loose little hummingbird. I hope this inspired you to grab your supplies and create something even if you don't have a lot of time today. No sketching, no pressure, just creating something fun and beautiful and whimsical. And I hope you enjoy this. Thank you as always for painting with me, and I hope to see you next time.